If you want students to engage in advanced level learning, you have to give them challenging and creative assignments. Let's take a look at our anatomy class and see how they did it with their skeleton project.
We are free, we are love, we're round, we're skinny, we're big, we're small, but we have love in our heart, and we want you in, as long as you bring the love.
Hello everyone, my name is Richard Royster, Associate Principal of Lafayette High School. If this is your first time watching this channel, welcome. Today we're interviewing Miss Sophie Schwab, our Anatomy and Physiology teacher, and we're speaking to her about her skeleton project and the advanced level learning that her kids are going to be doing on this assignment. I hope you will enjoy listening to her and checking out the skeletons and maybe a few corny jokes along the way. All right, Ms. Schwab, tell me about the project that the kids did.
Okay, so this is our pretty notorious skeleton project that goes along with the skeletal unit for Human Anatomy. And it is a 2-week project in which the students get to demonstrate their knowledge of the adult skeleton and learn about the adult skeleton by building a model from the ground up. And all 200 of the 206 bones they have to model and label for this project.
Connected to the ankle bone, the ankle bone connected to the leg bone connected to the knee bone connected to the thigh bone connected to the hip bone connected to the backbone connected to the neck bone connected to the head bone, them noisy dry bones, them dry bones, them dry bones.
Hey Scoob, what do you call a skeleton who won't do any work? A lazy bones!
So what are the kids learning in this project?
So for this project, I have them demonstrate their knowledge of 200 of 206 of the adult skeleton bones. So what I'm aiming for this first part of the skeletal unit, since we're doing anatomy and physiology, we learn all of the different bones of the adult skeleton, and then they get to model these so that as we're talking through physiology and bone growth and development and fractures later on, they understand what bones we are talking about and where they're located and size and shape and kind of all the categories of those bones.
What's a skeleton's favorite musical instrument? The trombone. Hey homie, why can't skeletons play church music? Because they don't have any organs.
What do you like about this project, Ms. Schwab?
I love this project for a number of reasons. Even though it makes my room an absolute disaster area for 2 weeks, the students really get to show their creativity. They have to work together in groups. These groups can range in size from 3 people upwards of 7 people, but it's about delegating tasks and kind of working together, but then their creativity shines through, as well as a lot of the engineering students get to kind of piece together things and they have to build this project from the ground up. So it's a lot of teamwork to make the dream work.
Them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them dry bones, them noisy dry bones. Them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them dry bones, them noisy dry bones. Hip bone connected to the ankle bone.
Why aren't skeletons brave? Because they have no guts. Ho 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 ho. Who was the most famous skeleton detective? Sherlock Holmes.
Ms. Schwab, what do the kids say about the project?
The first week, if you were to come in here, they're all having a great time. They anticipate it. It's on the syllabus. We talk about it the first day of school, and then when we build, and I keep telling them about it and warning them that it's coming up, that first week they're having fun, they're making bones, they're having a great time, and then they realize the second week they've got to actually piece this thing together and make it into a skeleton. So a dark cloud comes over room 263, and they all get very serious very quick to build the skeleton. But by the end of it, they are very proud. This morning, I actually started getting emotional when they all were bringing in their skeletons and standing back, taking pictures with them and things like that, because they're very proud by the end of it that they built something like this.
Why are skeletons so calm? Because nothing gets under their skin. What did the skeleton say to the bartender? I'll have a beer, please, and a mop.
All right, Ms. Schwab, how will you assess student learning in this project?
Okay, so all the bones are labeled by number. There's a score sheet or score packet that each group gets. So from there, I'll go through and grade. So 200 and 206 bones are shown. We leave out the 6 ear ossicles because they're very tiny. But from there, I need to see that the students have put them in correctly or kind of modeled it correctly in the sense that like the radius needs to be on the thumb side of the forearm, the tibia needs to be on the medial portion, the fibula on the lateral portion, the ribs need to connect correctly. And then they will actually have an exam next week that covers all of these bones. So they will need to know them all.
Bone connected to the ankle bone connected to the leg bone connected to the knee bone connected to the thigh bone connected to the hip bone connected to the backbone connected to the neck bone connected to the head bone, them noisy dry bones, them dry.
Who won the skeleton beauty contest? Nobody. What's a skeleton's favorite food? Spare ribs! Yum.
Ms. Schwab, what advice would you give to a teacher looking to do this project?
This is my 6th year doing this project. I've actually had some of the anatomy teachers in the district reach out to me about this. So the first year it was more about kind of figuring out what the expectations were, and then from there it's built into the fact that I try to supply some of the materials that the students can use so they're not just completely on their own. I also prepare them very well leading up to this project. So we talk about it a couple weeks in advance. I tell them to start pre-planning. We actually have a day in class where they start to prep and plan with their group and kind of delegate tasks and get an idea of how they're going to build these skeletons. And I try to save some of the skeletons from previous years so that the students have models to build from. And I include, so there's a box of bones that I have from a skeleton that previously fell apart, one of the models, and the students get to use all the different bones to kind of get an idea of how the bones, the lengthwise, kind of what they should look like overall, and just so they can build a skeleton that is pretty accurate. So there's a lot of planning that goes in, and then be patient. Be very patient because it takes a little while and it gets very messy.
Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate your support. If you've made it this far, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and support the channel. Share and like this video. Also, check out this video right over here. I picked it out. I think you were going to like it. There's a mystery video picked out by YouTube right down here. Check it out as well. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I will see you in the next video.